Hey, welcome to 209coach.com. I want to do a video for you here today of keeping it simple part two. I recently did a video of keeping it simple for parents out there that have little ones like this guy. The parents asked me to come over and work with their child, and I said, sure. So the first time I went over there and I just said, okay, let's just see what you got. And he was just enjoying hitting balls, and I was kind of watching his swing, and I recorded it so we can kind of see what's going on. And what he's doing right here is very, very common. I mean, it's so common that it's almost like the norm for most kids when they don't ever have any kind of fundamentals as far as like ever having any instruction. This feels very comfortable and natural for them. So if your child's doing this, it's just more common than you think. It's very, very rare when I ever see a child that has good mechanics when they first pick up a ball or pick up a bat at this age. And as a matter of fact, in my career as a coach, which has been many years, I've never had one child ever have a very good swing from the very beginning. So be encouraged if your kid doesn't swing well right now. But anyway, the reason I want to do this video is to kind of show you what we did to keep it simple for him and just so he can have a good time and not make it too complicated. So let me show you what's going on right here. You can see here with this swing right here again, this is very common. A lot of kids like to hold the bat down like this because it's just for many reasons. Parents buy their kids bats that are way too heavy for them. And this bat right here is actually pretty light, but this is the way he liked to hold it. And you can see right here with a back elbow, there's no pullback. You can see where it's kind of underneath his hands and to the side. And then the bat kind of wraps around him below his shoulders. Again, this is very, very common. And they use the upper body to generate power. Again, very, very common. Hitting down on the ball. You see how he's hitting down with a very horizontal bat. This feels just feels comfortable for him. So I'm just kind of showing you what he was doing, and I'm going to show you here what we did here to kind of get the ball rolling to start developing a swing, okay? All right, so basically what I did was I kind of made it into a game for him. I just wanted to keep it simple for him. So I just told him, I said, all we're going to really do is just let your front leg work forward as your back elbow is working up. So basically I asked him if he can do that. So he tried it, and it wasn't quite orthodox or anything like that, but it was definitely moving in the right direction. So next thing I told him was, I said, okay, let's just get very relaxed at the setup. And so I basically told him, put your hands between your shoulder and your neck, and that's what he did. And I also told him, let's just let your bat relax very comfortably right there on your shoulder. You can see how his bat is just very, very relaxed, okay? Then I told him, let's put your feet together. I said, can you do that? He said, yes. So what this did, it actually put him in just a very, very comfortable setup. You can see here, like I talk about in my videos, you always want to have a lot of flexion in the arms. You want to be very relaxed. And you can see here that he just looks very relaxed. So the next thing I told him was, I said, let's just start letting your top hand get your right hand and pull it back and behind your ear. So we did that several times where he was able to do it quite well. And I said, okay, can you get your back elbow to work up, back, and behind you? He said, yeah, I can do that. So basically, as he was starting to do that, I said, at the same time, as you start to pull back, I want at the same time for your front leg to start working forward. So basically, all he was doing was just move right here. Now you can see right here, this is definitely starting to look like the beginning of a good swing right here. You can see here where he's getting his back elbow to work back and behind him. Look at the bat angle right here. You can see now that he has very, very nice angles. Now the bat right here, like I talk about in my videos all the time, as you get to toe touch, should definitely be pointing in the direction of the catcher. His bat is. I talk about in my videos, you want to kind of have a shoulder to elbow look. And you can see here, as little as this guy is right here, as young as he is, he's already starting to develop a very high level stage of toe touch, okay? Now again, this is just keeping it simple, and all we worked on this was probably about maybe 20 minutes. That's it, because he started getting bored after that. So I just said, okay, we're done. Did you have a good time? He said, yeah, let's do it again. So anyway, I'm going to keep working with him, and I'll try to give you more videos and updates on what's going on with this little guy right here. But I just wanted to kind of to show you what can happen if you keep it simple. And like, again, all I did was put your feet together, keep your hands between your neck and your shoulder. I said just get your front leg to work forward as you pull back with your top hand behind your ear. Let the back elbow work back and behind you. And you can see this, how simple this is. This is just such a simple move, but at the same time, it's the beginning, okay, the beginning of developing or building a swing. You don't want to rush your child into anything. If this is all they can do for a while, just keep playing with this, and eventually what you can do, like I talked about in my video, you can start advancing it to getting it more into more pullback, which the next thing I'm going to work with him is maintaining the pullback as he gets kind of a torso tilt and a hip thrust. Okay, that'll be the next thing I'm going to work with him on, getting more pullback. And with having from here, I'm going to have him work on kind of a torso tilt, where the torso will start kind of leaning back in this way, okay? And also, the next thing I'm going to also tell him at the same time as the torso tilt happens, I'm going to tell him to just feel like his hips are kind of working towards the pitcher, okay? So what that's going to do is going to allow the bat to snap behind him if he's applying the pullback. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please give me a like and subscribe to my channel. And again, watch Keep It Simple 1, and then this right here is just kind of a continuation as far as applying what I was trying to ask you to do. And watch my videos. It goes into great details on how to build the swing. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.